The constitution has been overthrown. Ssemujju spoke about Edmutwe. And Museveni's son said, I'm going to castrate him. He's in basement learning Runyankore. So here you write your wills, we go and see whether we'll survive, because it's going to be hell. I mean, even a by-election 2 kilometers from the state center, people can be beaten the way they were beaten. I remember 2005, 2006 election, the Honorable Livingstone Okero was representing Chua. He was beaten, his people were beaten, but he's far away. He told his story after election. So really where we are now, I think we all prepare for the worst, because it will happen. Charity was speaking about journalists being taken to UCC. But the one who ordered was Muhoozi. He said they should go there and they teach them. And all of you are afraid. You will scatter around. There are very few journalists who won't even write about Muhoozi and what he does. But he's taken over control of the country. I mean, his father is officially 80. And I'm saying officially because he said he doesn't know when he was born. One of the daughters assigned him a date in September to celebrate a birthday. And he does celebrate, by the way. A date assigned to him by one of the daughters. So really, when you see bigger NRM people trekking to Saleh, others to the sun, I don't know where our Boa goes, maybe to one of the daughters. So that's where we are. That is our situation, unfortunately. And going into, in the last election, I was still in FDC, I have left. I was responsible for heading nomination teams for 3 elections. In the last election, we were supposed to begin with a prayer at Najanankombe. The candidate was kidnapped before 2 kilometers before Najanankombe and taken. The Honorable Joel, they got nominated first. So as we were being nominated, they were being caned because they had finished the nomination. And these things are going to happen. See, that was a rehearsal. We are now under full military dictatorship, where the head of the family is grown old. I think he has, either the son has taken over the responsibility or he has assigned him. The son said in one of the tweets, in Rwanda, they write about him very well. In Uganda, journalists don't write about him very well. I will kill them. You've forgotten. So when you get beaten, and you see, don't make a mistake. They say sometimes he's drunk. He is not. He said in Rwanda, they write very well about him. Here, he will kill you. Now, a few months later, you're complaining that you were beaten in Kawembe. Didn't he tell you? So really, that's where you are, Shamim, and you journalists covering Parliament. You should have asked Obua, who is a government whip, why did they lock you here when we were beating MPs during the coffee bill debate? He says, yeah, but you the physical person, yeah, that's why I said, I entirely agree. That's why I said that all of us are victims, including you. So I meant it. That's why I'm saying you're a minister, but we are all in Parliament there. So somebody else was responsible. So finally, I think we have a duty, because we're not going to substitute our citizenship. We have to continue fighting for our own survival, but also for the survival of the country. I salute you guys. You must take the risk. Don't give up. But also prepare everybody. I remember when journalists were being beaten in Kawempe, you call someone, the phone is off. You try to call the families. And then eventually said, no, we have now been dumped at the Kawempe police station. We are making statements. Statements about what? We don't know. So prepare, as I said, but please don't give up, because we don't have the option to do so. But also be brave. One of the things that must happen on Press Freedom Day is to celebrate those who have been brave. I think collectively, if you are, there are things they will not want to do. But when you begin giving up, because for the first time in my adult life, I have never seen journalists, and I'm not blaming anyone, but abandoning a story. Like it happened in Kawempe, because now you have to choose between the story and life. This has never happened in my adult life. Museveni came here when I was 12 years and 4 months old. He has never done something like that. So I also have no idea, but for me, I have written, because Mo said I should die this year, I have written my will. Maybe it will be the only opportunity to communicate my story. So please, thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
The district is what? So that's where we are. A lot of pretense by everybody. This fight we must undertake, all of us. It's now a fight for survival. You will be beaten, because in Kawempe I was told what they wanted. I mean, similar like what happened in Parliament. The things they wanted to cannot do them in full view of cameras. You first clear the cameras. In my politics, each time we had a demonstration and I see them clearing cameras, it was time to take a decision. Do I stay or I leave? Because they begin with the cameras. If there are those with the notebooks and the pen, you follow. And then what follows, God knows. So as you guys congregate here for Press Freedom, it is no longer factional. It's no longer just freedom of a section. It is just freedom of everybody. Whether you're a minister in a government, whether you're an MP, whether you're a journalist, this country has been taken over by one family, and they're going to herd you like cattle. Even their cattle, the other day I was coming from Zimbabwe. When President Yoweri Museveni's cattle are crossing the road, they are policemen. You don't come and hoot to disturb them. So his cattle are enjoying more freedom than human beings. And then human beings sit here. I am telling you, I am not fabricating a story. I was coming. They stopped us from far that the cows of the big man are crossing the road. So you don't make a noise by hooting. So cows of the president have more freedom than human beings. And guys, prepare this election of Muchungs who are saying the Independent Electoral Commission. The one... I was told journalists were locked up here. And the journalists were obedient. They sat here until they are freed. They freed them. I can't imagine. Me, I will kick the door, even if it means kicking. How can someone lock me up at Parliament and I sit here? So the MPs are carried away one by one. But the point I want to make is that things have changed. Around 97, James Tumusime and I think Ssemujju Wamadi, the story in Monitor that Savimbi was hiding in Uganda. They were summoned by police. We went on the street to protest just because a summon had been issued. That time the protest was just against summons. Today journalists are beaten. They threaten to boycott the police. Then you see them taking pictures. They threaten to boycott Museveni. Then you see Museveni, like us MPs, handing over boxes of money. So the country has changed. All of us are captives. We are under military rule. Celebrating press freedom and its role in a democratic society, Uganda is not. So you guys, all of you journalists who are here and sympathizers, we are all at war, fighting against the military dictatorship. And that war we must collectively undertake. I remember when the journalists were beaten covering Chagwa and going to the UN Human Rights Office. And Mwenda said, as if he was celebrating, I know he wasn't, but he said, this is how NRM works. Their bad manners today was just your turn. And
Honorable Ibrahim, allow me to interrupt you to welcome our chief guest of the day, the Honorable Hamson Obua. He is the chief whip for the NRM for the party in power in Parliament. You're very welcome, Right Honorable. And so
you see, even those parties don't exist. I mean, there was a minister here, a former CDF, he came to Parliament and said, from what I were saying, security people cannot mask themselves, they must stay identical. And then Muhoozi Kainerugaba, Museveni's son, said, I disagree with you, they can actually mask themselves and beat you the way they like. He was actually celebrating beating. So we are, all of us, including the guest of honor, we are all captives, we can pretend about it. So this fight must be undertaken by everybody. The media, those who are publicly claimed to be NRM. Yeah, there you saw the former Speaker of Parliament, the Honorable Kadaga. She's fighting to retain her position as a second NRM Vice Chairman. Where does she go? To meet Saleh Neguru. I say, the Saleh, the chairman of one of the districts, what? So that's where we are. Lot of pretense by everybody. This fight we must undertake, all of us. It's now a fight for survival. You will be beaten because in Kawempe I was told what they wanted. I mean, similar like what happened in Parliament. The things they wanted to cannot do them in full view of cameras. You first clear the cameras. In my politics, each time we had a demonstration and I see them clearing cameras, it was time to take a decision. Do I stay or I leave? Because they begin with the cameras. If there are those with the notebooks and pen, you follow. And then what follows, God knows. So as you guys congregate here for press freedom, it is no longer factional. It's no longer just freedom of a section. It is just freedom of everybody. Whether you're a minister in a government, whether you're an MP, whether you're a journalist, this country has been taken over by one family and they're going to hide you like cattle. Even their cattle, the other day I was coming from Zimbabwe. When President Yoweri Museveni's cattle are crossing the road, they are policemen. You don't come and hoot to disturb them. So his cattle are enjoying more freedom than human beings. And then human beings sit here. I am telling you, I am not fabricating a story. I was coming. They stopped us from far that the cows of the big man are crossing the road. So you don't make a noise by hooting. So cows of the president have more freedom than human beings. And guys, prepare this election of Muchungs who are saying the Independent Electoral Commission. The one that Muhoozi Kainerugaba will superintend. Oh, the bitch book. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.